Hey, we're out here on the course today with Lee Trevino. I'm so glad to have you.
How are you, Dina? It's nice to see you. You know what? I thought I was in Chicago for a minute. It's a little cool this morning.
It's freezing out here.
It's really cool. It's good to see you. How have you been?
Pretty good.
How's the old golf game?
Oh, I hope it's good.
You don't have the putting yips yet, do you?
Not yet.
Don't worry about it. You'll get them sooner or later.
Hopefully. Okay, now you're one of the greatest storytellers of all time. Can you tell, I want to hear your side of the story of you playing with my dad in the 1981 Ryder Cup at Walton Heath.
Well, what
Nick
happened
Faldo.
is your father for some reason in the Walker Cup and everything didn't win a point. Hell of a college player. Hell of a player, as you well know. A good friend of mine. I've loved him because we have to raise our hand when we're together to see whose turn it is to talk.
Oh, I know.
You understand? Because he talks more than I do. But Dave Marr was the captain, and your dad, Jenni Pate, had lost the first match. So and so Dave Marr says, he says, if I lose this Ryder Cup, they're going to make me the mayor here. So he got Raymond Floyd and I in another room, and he says, what am I going to do with Jenni Pate? I says, I'll tell you what we're going to do with Jenni Pate. I said, give him to me, I'll caddy for him. He says, what the hell are you talking about? I said, let me tell you something. I said, he's the most talented guy we've got on this team. I said, this guy can really play. I said, the problem with him is he makes bad choices when it comes to clubbing himself. Mm-hmm. So I said, give him to me. So I went out with him, and we were playing Nick Faldo, I believe, and Sam Torrance. And we go to the first hole. This is the gospel truth. We go to the first hole, and I pecked a little fade down to the right side of the fairway, and he just nails it with a little draw down to the left side. The first hole at Walton Heath had a wall on the left of it, in other words, to keep the people off the street from coming into the golf course. And it was quite close to the green, and the pin was left. So I go over there, Willie Aitchinson's caddying for me, and I said to Willie, pick my ball up. He said, what do you mean pick your ball up? I said, pick the ball up. He said, you're not going to hit it? I said, hell no, I'm not going to hit it. Pick the ball up. So he picks the ball up. I put it in my pocket. I walk over to where your dad is, which is 40 yards up and to the left. And he looked at me and he says, where'd you go? I said, I'm right here. He said, what? I said, I'm right here. And I said it loud enough for the other two guys to hear me. And I said, Jerry, you don't need me. I said, you can beat these two guys by yourself. And he said, well, I said, okay, what are you going to hit? He said, I'm going to cut a 4-iron. I said, you're going to aim at the wall and cut something? I said, what are you, crazy? No, you're not. I said, I want you to take a 5-iron. I want you to put it down the right side, and I want you to bust it with a little draw. And he hits it like this, less than a foot from the hole. So we go one up. Make a long story short, I believe we won 7-5. You can look
that's
at it.
Correct.
We won 7-5. Peter Ellis was interviewing us for BBC when we finished right in front of the green.
What a great man.
Great man. And he's interviewing us. And Jerry's there with a smile. Looked like Jimmy Carter. He's smiling, he's standing there because he played unbelievable. I don't think I helped him a whole. And then Peter Ellis says to me, he says, well, Lee, he says, what do you think of your partner? I says, I'm going to tell you something. I said, you're looking at the greatest player from the neck down you'll ever meet.
That's the best.
I'm going to tell you. Oh, yeah, it was a true story.
Oh.
True story, yeah. If his shoulder would have not have been injured and he would have had a full career, there's not much telling how many majors and everything he would have won. He was special. There's people that come, there's a Muhammad Ali, there's guys that come by that play this game, not often, and they come by and they're special. He was special when it come to playing. Then when he hurt his shoulder, he was completely, his career was over.
That means a lot coming from you, being one of the greatest golfers of all time.
I sponsor a tournament in El Paso. I have 20 top All-Americans, and I invited him. He won my first one. Yeah, he won there.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Good to see you, Dina.
Good to see you.
All right, okay.